Okay, step 2 of our Faith Ringgold story quilt, what we're going to do is we are going to add the quilt squares. And by the quilt squares, I mean those decorative pieces that go along all 4 sides or the border of your artwork. And what you kind of want to do here is you want to see what kind of papers you can collect. Now you might be lucky and have at home a bunch of different pieces of construction paper. I have like 3 colors of construction paper here. I found some green paper. I also found some magazine, which I could find papers in there. Or you could go through old mail. You could find old printouts that you have. Or if you don't really have anything at all, you could use more white paper if that's all that you have. And on that white paper, you could use your markers and crayons or pens or pencils. And what you can do is you can decorate them and color those and then cut those pieces out. So it's really up to you. So all we're going to do for this step is we are going to take scissors. If you don't have scissors, I'll show you a quick tip for how to tear paper in a nice way. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut some little squares. So I'm going to take some of this, and I just stacked this. I'm going to take some of this pink and this blue paper that I have. And I think I'm going to throw this green paper that I have in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold them together, line them up, and I am going to just start cutting some squares. Now my squares want to fit right here. It's okay if they're a little bit larger. So I am going to, in order to cut a square, I'm going to actually begin with a rectangle and cut straight across there. Once I have my rectangle of these 3, and I stacked them so all 3 are getting cut at the same time, I'm just going to slice these into smaller squares and rectangles. And then I'm going to take my glue. If you don't have glue, you can use tape. If you don't have this kind of glue, you can use Elmer's glue. Whatever kind of glue you have available to you, you can use. And you're just going to put a couple of dots on your paper, and then you are going to glue those all the way around your quilt. You can do it in a pattern, but you don't have to. It is up to you, and this is going to make our quilt look really come together. Just a little tip when gluing, you always want to put your glue on your smaller piece. So I could put glue here, but this is my smaller piece, so I want to put the glue on the small piece first, instead of putting on the larger piece. What that does is when I'm gluing is I will not have glue all over the place. As long as I just put my glue in the middle here, when I put it back down on the paper, it won't be squirting out everywhere, and then I'll really know where my edges are. All right, and once you have all of those edges filled up, you have your full border, you are all set to go. I did say that I would show you a quick tip for if you don't have scissors at home, and so I'm just going to quickly just show you how to tear a paper. So I'm going to take a piece of this blue paper here, and all you want to do is, since you want to get a straight line, is I've got my paper, so this is already straight, this is already straight, so I'm going to find where I want to do it. I'm going to fold it, okay? I'm going to take my nail and my finger and crease. Creasing means sort of just pinching along there. And the next step is I'm going to carefully hold two fingers here and 2 fingers here, and I'm carefully going to pull. As I pull, I'm moving this hand further down to hold to keep it steady, and this hand further down. So I tear a little bit, move down, tear a little bit, move down, and it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job. If I needed to make it into the smaller square, I would fold here, crease, pinch and pull, pinch and pull, and then I would get my squares. So that's how you can tear paper if you don't have scissors with you. All right, and then after this step, we are moving on to our final step. Take a look.